Prince Handley coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure, healing, miracle-working love. I want to talk to you today about a roof of silence. So many times we hear psychologists and others say that it's not good to keep things inside us. We are to express ourselves outwardly and openly. When I was a young minister preaching on the streets of large metropolitan cities, I would many times cross paths with people bound by Satan who were involved in the cult of Scientology. They would have their disciples go out into public places and do and say foolish things to purge them or cleanse them of inner regression. One day I went at the request of friends to visit one of their relatives who was a minister in this dangerous cult. I told him that he was a minister of Satan and that I had the power through the Messiah, Jesus the Christ, to cast the demons out of him. A voice speaking from him immediately said, "We will not come out. This is our home." Notice the use by the demon speaking of the words we and our. There were many demons in him. He did not want to be delivered, nor would he admit his possession by the unclean spirits of Satan. 2 weeks later, he was admitted to an insane asylum. If we have something inside us that we should share with someone in love, we should make every effort to disclose that. However, there are many times when it is better to let sleeping dogs lie, as my mother used to say. I say it this way: be quiet and pray in tongues. Then do what God tells you to do. The Holy Bible tells us in the Brit Hadashah, or the Hebrew New Covenant, the Hebrew New Testament, bear all things, hope all things, endure all things. You can read that in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7. The Greek word for bears used in this verse is the word stego, and it means to roof over, that is, to cover with silence. It also has the thought of enduring patiently. In other words, love roofs over with silence all things. It hopes all things. It endures patiently. My friend, love covers and conceals the faults of another. The Scripture admonishes us to be earnest in your love among yourselves, for love covers a multitude of sins. You can read that in the Brit Hadashah in the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 8. We need to roof over the sins, the faults, and the imperfections of others. It's a mark of our maturity and our stature in Messiah Yeshua. So many Christians are sick, incapacitated, or at the least physically not at their best because they dig into the lives of others, and they forget that God does not even do this. In this way, they are violating the law of the new creation and setting themselves up as little gods, declaring the blood of Messiah, Jesus, as impotent and not efficacious. Such people receive bad reports from another and do not even pay the person against whom the report was made the courtesy of asking them, "Is this true, what I heard about you?" Or asking, "What is your side of the story?" I usually tell people, "I wasn't there. I didn't see it, so don't tell me about it." A person who is empowered by God's love never makes the sins or failures of another person the subject of either censure or conversation. Love covers and conceals. It roofs over everything as far as it can. If a person empowered by God's love is the only one who has knowledge of the situation, he keeps it in his own heart. He roofs over the incident. I trust this teaching will help you, my friend. It will give great power and impetus to your life and your ministry and your testimony for the Messiah Yeshua as you learn to roof over and to cover and conceal the faults of another person, especially those of the household of faith. This has been your friend, Prince Handley, coming to you with 100,000 watts of pure, healing, miracle-working love. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai.